You are welcome to our channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. Ijaw youth leaders drags federal government to ECOWAS court over Fubara's suspension. Ijaw Youth Council Eastern Zone has taken legal action against the federal government at the ECOWAS Court of Justice concerning the recent suspension of Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State and other elected officials by President Bola Tinubu. The 12 litigants led by Comrade Ibiso Hari challenged the president's declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State, describing it as an illegal suspension that violates their fundamental human rights. In the suit, the applicants urged the regional courts to issue an order setting aside and/or quashing the suspension of elected officials and removal of democratic structures and institutions in Rivers State. They argued that President Tinubu's actions were antithetical to tenets of democracy and exhibited absoluteness in determining the existence and functioning of democratic systems in national subunits by upturning and collapsing entrenched democratic systems. The deliberate disruption of the democratic order in any part of the national structure questions the democratic practice and constitutional authenticity of the nation state, they added. The applicants maintained that the president's actions have unlawfully taken away the democratic rights of the people of Rivers State and put them into an unconstitutional, undemocratic, and arbitrary manner of governance. A state of emergency cannot be guise or subterfuge for the usurpation of the executive functions of the governor or the exercise of law-making powers of the legislature. They averred the matter is yet to be assigned a hearing date. Another group of people have also decided to, weigh in on the matter of the state of emergency in Rivers State. And this time around, it has to do with a particular body that had decided to take the president to court. That is Ijaw youth leaders. They are the one at this point in time that had decided to drag the presidency even to court. And this time around, it's a regional court, the ECOWAS court, spraying the court to reverse the matter because what the president has done in their opinion is outrightly unconstitutional. In their own submission, about 12 litigants, this was led by Comrade Ibiso Hari, and they are challenging the president's declaration. They are describing it as an illegal suspension, and that violates their fundamental human rights. And in the suit too, they are urging the court to set aside or completely quash the suspension of elected officials and the removal of democratic structures and institutions in Rivers State. Their own submission is that the actions of the president those actions were outrightly antithetical to the tenets of democracy, and it exhibited absoluteness in determining the existence and functioning of democratic system in national subunits by upturning and collapsing entrenched democratic system. These are some of their assertions and their submissions to the court, but the court is here to give them a date of hearing. We are waiting in the future to hear, their own outright complete submission in court, and we might eventually also listen to the side of the federal government. But let's look at what they brought up as their major reason, that the issue of absoluteness, they will be, pinpointing a de facto system, pinpointing what are the like a military fears and commanding, and that's outright thing that the absoluteness is trying to describe to us, like as if the current president want to turn himself to a field marshal, a lord that cannot be removed and cannot also be challenged or questioned. They also made mention the fact that he happens to be there as a democratically elected president. Now is doing things that are antithetical to the tenets of democracy. But then if we sit down and look at the whole situation, at this point in time, should the president be fully blamed? I'm not exonerating the president. I'm not saying what the presidency is doing is right, but should it be outrightly, blamed? Looking at the actors in the matter, Fubara, Wike, members of the House of Assembly, even elders in Rivers State, and even the Ijaw people too that are even taking this matter to court. All of them, they are players in the matter. Their actions and inactions are the one that have already contributed even to the steps taken by the president concerning the matter. But then, in what antithetical to tenets of democracy is very important for me. Does the president think it's okay for him to take this decision because he is a Democrat, and what he has done is seen in most climes as outrightly undemocratic? And also, they pointed the fact that is trying to upturn and collapse the entrenched democracy. Is that the issue? Can we read such meaning into the action of the president? Well, on the surface, no. But for those who feel that Minister Wike is working with him, and also he happens to be a Democrat, a politician, looking for how you can take control of that state, and in future also to return for a second term, might begin to read meaning that beyond the surface meaning of security threats, political instability, there is a deeper meaning of trying to take control of the state in order to have it for his own party, and then as a result of that, looking for every means to conquer that state, and trying to use UK to continue to foment trouble and to continue to, draw much problem here and there, to such an extent that the state of emergency will be justified. But also, he couldn't do this alone. We realized that he has already gotten the consent of the National Assembly. Are we saying that the president is also carrying the National Assembly along in his political plan? Or are we saying members of other opposition party are also, in tandem with the president in the matter? So what is the real thing behind it? We don't know. But on the surface, of course, what we are told is what we run with. But then, as the Ijaw Youth Council, Eastern Zone has decided to drag the president to court, we are waiting to see what the regional court will say. Till that time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Keep, liking, continue to give us your thumbs up, and then share. Thank you.